Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host Chris Dice, and we're here for the review of Pinball FX3. Now, it came out on the Switch about a week ago, I believe, and we did ask for a review code, but I think it sadly fell on some deaf ears. But we do have three pinball tables to test out in the game, so don't worry, we'll be able to get through this review. So let's get to the let's just get to the screenshots and the actual review. Well, Pinball FX3. I remember the last pinball game on the Wii U, and that was towards pretty much the beginning of the Wii U's life. And I do have to give Zen Studios credit. I played a lot of that game, and it saved the Wii U's bacon. And when it was during that launch time, there wasn't really any good games on it. These were the very few good games that it was on the Wii U launch period. Now, Pinball FX3 feels like they've taken that game and they're just expanding on and adding different features and things like that. The three boards that we did get to try was Zeus. I love that lightning when you hit the pinball out to the board for the first time. The other ones are Adventureland and Sorcerer's Lair. They're all three pretty okay tables. I feel that there are definitely better ones that you can buy, and there's quite a lot of them from the Family Guy, American Dad, that sort of thing. Portal looks interesting, and the Alien versus Predator ones, which are pretty cool. There's also some classics such as Earth Intruders and Paranormal, which I did enjoy on the Wii U version. Now, one of the things that I think some people might get worried about in this game is it does overwhelm you with a lot of options, and even the tables themselves get a bit crazy. I remember seeing Adventureland first, and I thought, oh my god, that looks so crazy, the amount of things you can do on it and all that sort of thing. And it's sort of, I think it gets a bit overwhelming, this game, at times. Some of the things that they've sort of changed around and things that I've noticed which are pretty cool is the single player hot seat and these wizard powers and upgrades. So you get these upgrades that you can do when you're playing the tables, and if you add them to your upgrades, it will get you, bonus points for the slingshots. You get bonus points for other things too. There is also extending the save ball, which is very useful for myself. And the wizard powers include sort of rewinding time. So if you mess up a shot and you lose your ball, you can retrieve it and try again, which is actually very good, one of those wizard powers. Now, they have other modes such as tournament and leaderboard, and the tabletop mode is very good because you can place your Switch console vertically, and it's just like a table. I would say if you don't have the best of eyesight, it might be a bit hard to find the ball, and especially with one's tables such as Adventureland, it is a bit hard to keep track of the ball because everything's so brightly coloured and there's so much sort of packed into there, which is very, very cool. Now, I enjoyed the Son of Zeus table. I thought that was cool. That's quite a smaller table, but a lot of things. It's quite difficult, that table, because I always feel like I'm losing balls quite easily in that, and they're slinging to the far sides of the table quite easily for some reason, based on my experience. But that's the way it sort of goes. The Sorcerer's Lair one is pretty cool too, similar to Son of Zeus, as a bit of a fantasy type board. I enjoyed that one too. You've got to keep pretty vigilant with the game because so much is happening. You've just got to really sort of zone in playing these type of games. But overall, I think playing these three boards, time gets away on you pretty quickly on these things, and you can get obsessive about getting the high scores. You can get your high scores compared to other people on the Switch console, your friends, etc. So that was cool to try to beat their high scores. I did beat Barry from Nintendo Impact Gaming's score a few times for this game, so I was very proud to take out the #1 spot on that. But overall, I think the game was very, very good, despite not having as many tables to muck around with and get a bit more of a full picture of what this game has to offer. And it is free to download, and you can get the 3 tables, 1 free table and 2 for free for the time being. So let's get back to the Nintendo Ninja News Desk and see what I gave it out of 10. So, Zenball FX3, what do I give it out of 10? I give it an 8.5. I think it's pretty good. I know the other tables that you can download to buy between, $7-8 to $15 to $25 for a pack. So it will set you back a bit if you buy all the boards sort of individually. And I think it's a pretty good score. I think it's a pretty good game. There's a few things that I think the game could explain a little better, but there's a lot of options in that. So do muck around with the options, pick out the table view that you think looks good or looks best for you. And it plays really well in handheld mode. 2-player mode was fine. Everything else seemed to come together very nicely. So it's very much like the Wii U game, but a lot of little improvements here and there. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed it quite a lot. So I may purchase some tables later on down the track myself. So that is it for me, and I shall see you later on.